On today's show, the LA Clippers make it 5 out of 5 wins on their final homestand. Fan appreciation night. What a night it was, and what a historic night for Ivica Zubac. It's going to be talking about all the great stuff that happened at the final home game of our first season at Intuit Dome on today's Locked On Red Hot Clippers.
You are Locked On Clippers, your daily Los Angeles Clippers podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, sir. You are locking in with the Clips. Thank you for making Locked On Clippers the first listen of your day, your team every day. I'm your host, Darian Vaziri, born and raised in LA. In my 20th season as a Clipper fan, been covering the Clippers for 5 years on my own personal YouTube channel, Dime Dropper, and 3 years right here on the Locked On Podcast Network for your LA Clippers. You can also listen to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and of course, subscribe on YouTube. And you can listen or read the Locked On Clippers daily newsletter written by yours truly. Just go to lockedondaily.com for that. We're going to be talking about everything that went down on this Wednesday night, a fan appreciation night, the last home game of the regular season for us. Zubac had a triple-double for the first time in his career. James Harden was masterful, and of course, a segment on Kawhi Watch. So let's begin. When I walked into the plaza tonight, and yes, by the way, I promised you all that I would be recording at night after a game. This is my first time recording past 1 a.m. since everything's happened. We're starting to get back to normal, people. You got to love it. But you know what's not been normal? Ivica Zubac and his performances. I mean, after a 2020 game, we're coming back with a triple-double. First time in his entire career. In the month of April, it's only been 5 games. But in this homestand, essentially, Zoo's averaging 20 and 13 on 68% shooting. 20, 13, and 4 on 68% shooting. He goes from a 25 and 10 game to a 24, 20, and 5 game to then a 20, 11, and 10 game. And how about the way he got that 10th assist? He was going to get subbed out for Drew Eubanks, and I don't know if it was the coaching staff or the players convinced him to keep Zoo in the game for that triple-double. We as fans in the swell, we all knew about it. So we were all like, please keep him in. And look, I'm usually not pro stat padding at all. Like, I think you just got to get your numbers, but let the numbers happen organically and prioritize winning and health. However, if it's a guy that's never gotten a triple-double or a double-double and your team's winning, then I'm okay with it. And so to leave Zoo in, and you could see the bench. Like, we all wanted it to go through Zoo, but you could see Nico like pointing for the team to make a post-entry pass to Zoo. We immediately go to Zoo, and he's not even trying to make a move to like sell the score. Like, he's trying to score and draw a double or draw help. He just gives it to Bogey, who doesn't even have his feet set. His body's not even fully square to the basket. And he just throws it up, and it toilet bowls in. I mean, an absolute roar from the swell and the Intuit Dome crowd. And if people are wondering, why are we booing? We're not booing. We're zooing. And by the way, get used to it. Because I'm thinking we got to go like vintage, like Cleveland Cavaliers, how when Big Z used to touch the ball, they used to go Z. Or like the Pistons fans used to go shit. You know, we got to do the zoo every time he gets the ball in the post in the playoffs. And just like because it's just all about doing things as a crowd to make fans across the world hear you. That's all it's about. If they see us chanting that when he touches the ball, you can't miss it. They'll be like, are they booing him? And then they'll be like, oh, wait, no, of course not. They're not booing him. And it really shows you how much we love Zoo. I mean, the way he's played this season, it's ridiculous. I mean, oh, my God. I'm like running out of words at this point. I'm just going to start with this. When I walked into the plaza on Wednesday night, it really gave me those vibes from that first preseason game and that first regular season game this season, where it felt like a large concentration of diehard fans. It felt like there was a real buzz an hour plus before the game in the plaza. And there was this level of optimism and high energy and positive energy that you could just feel, that was just palpable. And it carried on throughout the whole night. And I think there's a couple of reasons for this. One, we are a fan base that really appreciates guys that just play hard. We're not a type of fan base that just says win at all costs, honestly. We just want to see the win at all cost mentality. It's not really, Clipper fans want to see winners, of course. Every fan base does. But I don't think we're the only fan base that feels this way, especially not across the world in sports. But we want to just see a team that we can get behind, that we can root for. Everybody, it seems like, not everybody, but there's so many Clipper fans that will say, you know which Clipper team was my favorite? 2018-19. Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, a group of gritty guys that played hard for the fans every night. There are people that believe that. Like, I would always take Lob City over them, but in terms of, because Lob City was a period of years, but that one year, I can agree with every Clipper fan on that. They just played so hard. And there were people, fans, you can check my vlogs preseason, that were saying that I think this team might have that grittiness, that go out there and just compete every night and just play hard for the fans, and the fans will accept the results, win or lose. And that's exactly what it's been like. And we've done a lot of winning, so it's easy to accept as fans. So we've overachieved. And this team has, in my opinion, they've been what we want to see as Clipper fans. They play hard. They have a culture that begins with the coaching staff. But really, James Harden's been a leader by example this season. Zubac has had a career year. Norman Powell. It seems like there's great synergy in the locker room. These guys like Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., and Nicholas Batum, they push everybody to be a better version of themselves on the defensive end. And we have Jeff Van Gundy pushing everybody to be better versions of themselves on the defensive end. So you've really had a great culture top to bottom. And you've had guys having career seasons. Zubac, Norm, Chris Dunn, Derrick Jones Jr., Amir Coffey. These guys have all had the best seasons of their NBA careers in terms of the regular season. For everybody, that's true, except Derrick Jones Jr., I'd say regular season. I will not say full season because we cannot discount what he did in the playoffs last year with Dallas. But it's been amazing, and the energy was amazing. Incredible all night. We had a swell pregame. It was inside court B, and I got to shoot around, which was awesome on that Clipper court. Felt really great. And just a little meetup of the people that have been in the swell all season long, and it's a good opportunity for me to interview some fans. You can catch those on the vlog, and also for Gillian Zucker and Casey, the leader of the swell, to kind of speak to the fans and basically appreciate the work that we've done for being like, that's what you hear. The wall itself has gotten more packed throughout the season, but what you've heard all season, the signs, that area you're looking at on TV, that's the swell. I want to specify that because it's not just the wall, and everyone just calls it the wall, but this is what I've been saying, is that in the playoffs, the wall will be activated. It won't just be the swell and some guys behind it. It's going to be, the whole wall is going to be people going hard for us, which is going to be awesome. But Zoo, you throw it down to Zoo, and it feels like he's unguardable now. It's gone to that point. And I keep saying it, when you can turn over either shoulder and you get deep enough post position, it doesn't matter what era you play in. That was the biggest, and I argue with my man, shout out to my man Adam, who's done an amazing job this season with Clippers Talk and all the radio work. But we always have this spirited debate about the eras and post play and stuff like that. And, there's a rule, the illegal defense, that was taken away after the 2000-2001 season, where now you can send a defender from the weak side all the way over the key, and they're not whistled for illegal defense, but they still have to make sure they're not in the defensive 3-second lane, right? So there's still a version of the legal defense now, but that you couldn't. So what teams like to do now, right, is they want to make that post entry pass harder, right? They front the post, and then they'll send somebody from the weak side, the opposite side of the court, that's guarding, like, let's say somebody in the opposite corner, and have them make a sandwich, essentially. So it's discouraging that pass. A counter to that is called a high-low, where whoever's being left open flashes into a teammate's line of vision, because as a defense, you always want to force the skip pass because it's in the air the longest time, so you have the chance to recover, especially with NBA athletes, right? So to not make your teammate throw a skip pass, which is an easy chance for a turnover, you flash to the foul line or the high post, and then now you either take that open mid-range, or if your defender comes, you can have a better angle for that entry pass. The only player on the Clippers that consistently does this when he's flashing high post for the high-low is Nicholas Batum. He's the only one that does it, and I've noticed it and it's a real thing across the league. It's like these guys have not. It's because a lot of them didn't play college for that long. That's what and it's not post play is not a thing in youth basketball right now, really like that. So, especially in America. So, my argument was Zubac can still post up deeper. He was getting pushed out too easily back in the day. He was not fighting hard enough for post position. We weren't throwing him the ball enough half the time. And we got to be smarter about the way we move off ball when he's getting that sandwich treatment, if he's getting it. But he wasn't even getting it like that in the past. So there was no point of even discussing it. Now he's actually starting to get that. But as you can see, when he catches the ball late, and a lot of it's James Harden being a great entry passer. There's a lot of teams that don't have guys that can throw an entry pass right now. James Harden is excellent at the entry pass, and he can even throw it from straight away, as opposed to, you always want to throw entry passes from the wing into the post, but he throws it over the top, and he does a great job of that. So that contributes to everything as well when it comes to his post touches. But Zubac's development has been getting a left-handed jump hook, and there's not much secret to his magic. He posts up on the left block 80% of the time. If anybody has synergy, can somebody point that out? What's the percentage of post-ups that he has on either block? Because on the left block, it's almost every time is the left block. He's just posting up on the left block, and he's getting deep post position and just turning over either shoulder. He's showing you what old school bigs used to do. And he's dominating right now. And it's sick. 20. So there's a little, yeah. People just got to work harder for post position. I think that's literally half the battle. You just got to fight a little harder. And Zubac gets no calls, by the way. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. And how about the passing out of the double? You're now seeing him actually get doubled. He's improved on his passing all year. You've seen the short roll stuff. He had that beautiful, I think it was a lob to Derrick Jones Jr. out of the short roll. He was 9 for 13 from the field and made both his free throws in 35 minutes, but it wouldn't have been possible without the performance of James Harden giving him those passes. We're going to be talking about him coming up. I got to tell you a little something about TurboTax. This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was waiting and wondering and worrying if you were going to get any money back, and then waiting, wondering, and worrying some more. Now Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes as soon as today. An expert who gives your taxes their undivided attention as they work on your return, while you get real-time updates on their progress so you can focus on your day. An expert who will find you every deduction possible and file every form, every investment, everything with 100% accuracy. Also, you can get the most money back guaranteed. No waiting, no wondering, no worries. Now this is Taxes. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live full service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. I got to tell you a little something about Prize Picks. Baseball season is in full swing, and my defending champion Dodgers are beating every team damn near. And there's no better way to get in on the action than with Prize Picks, the best place for daily fantasy sports. With Prize Picks, you can pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and if you're right, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, or first inning runs, Prize Picks keeps every game exciting. Setting up a lineup takes less than 60 seconds, and when you win, your payout is quick, safe, and secure. Download the app today and use the code LOCKEDONNBA to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNBA for $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, so the Clippers winning their final home game of the season, 134-117. Vibes were high all night. You best believe it was another sellout. 48-32 on the season through 80 games and a final home record of 30-11. I mean, that's fantastic. One of the best home records in basketball. Let's look at in the Western Conference, the only other teams that have 30 wins at home. The Rockets still have one home game left, so if they lose, we have a better record at home than them. The Thunder, 35-6, that's elite. Lakers, 30-10, so if they lose, we'd have the same home record as them. That would be nice if they lost their last one. And then no team below us, and the Nuggets don't have a better home record than us, so We have really been amazing. And then the only other team that has 30 wins at home in the East is the Cleveland Cavaliers. No other team except for the Pacers, if the Pacers win their last 3 games, can tie us. So we basically are going to clinch a top 5 home record in the league. And that is a big credit to the fans, the swell, the wall, and everybody involved. Ballmer, of course, for making this arena a thing. So we're very appreciative. It's been magical. I mean, I asked all the fans how they felt about, how this first year has been, this regular season, and it's really been magical. There's no real complaints. It feels like we have a home. The crowd thing is awesome. It's such a great place to watch a game, and it's heaven for Clipper fans. It really is. So if you're a Clipper fan from out of state or something, I think you definitely should try to make a trip over here for the playoffs if you can. It's worth the money. It really is. And James Harden is making it been worth the money all season long with the way he's consistently led this team. And in this game, the Rockets were, I haven't even talked about it because I feel like the game is so irrelevant to some degree. They were missing everyone. I mean, they were resting just about everyone. And I thought it was hilarious. And my vlog captured some of this. The reactions to the wall, because they hadn't come here yet this season. The reactions of the guys on the bench, the Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith, just talking about the wall and reacting to the signs and stuff. Steven Adams ended up taking one of the Dylan Brooks signs. Was so funny. I mean, we're going to be trolling in the playoffs. It's going to be so much fun. But we did a good job of getting out and running and off of misses, and we started the game with a solid intensity. We were up, but it was a very high-scoring game, and we weren't really getting stops in the first quarter. It was, honestly, for like the first quarter and a half, it was 36-35 after one. But then the second quarter, Kawhi Leonard there was a moment where he just kind of turned up into another gear, and we got a good lead going into the half. And from then, and we ended up outscoring them 35-23 in the second. So we had a 13-point lead going into the half, and then we kind of never looked back from there and ended up winning it 134-117. And with the amount of it was kind of like the Spurs game where, yeah, they were making some shots in the beginning, and they ended up shooting 51% from the field and 50 from 3. But we shot 53% from the field and 51 from 3 and got to the line 9 more times. And we were how about this? 19 for 19 from the foul line for us. I mean, you love seeing that. Making every single free throw, I mean, that's rare. And then 51% from 3, another really great three-point shooting night. And James Harden's a big part of that. I mean, he was a maestro tonight. In that pick and roll, he was hitting the mid-range, he was hitting the floater, he was knocking down the 3-ball, and pretty timely ones. I mean, he had 13 in the first, and the third quarter, he was cooking some more. And he ended up finishing with 35 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, only turned the ball over twice, so 5-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, and just made some great passes, great entry passes, great kickouts, getting 2 feet in the paint, 10 for 18 from the field, 5 for 11 from 3, and all 10 of his free throws were made. A very good performance by James. 37 minutes for him, Zubac's 35. We didn't play Norman Powell in this one, just resting him. But we got some great performances from the other guys. Derrick Jones Jr. had 8 points and 3 boards and 1 assist and 1 block. Did turn the ball over twice, but he shot 3 for 6 from the field and 2 for 5 from 3. I mean, there's not enough words to describe how great DJ's been this season. His defense, whether on ball, off ball, his ability to catch lobs and get out on the break. I mean, he is just capable of making something spectacular happen at every game you attend. And that's a great player to have. And he consistently works hard. And let's see what his 3-point percentage is going into this game after, we only got a couple games left. 36%. So shot better than any year in his career. We'll take that. Maybe next year we can get to 37%. That'll be the goal. I don't know why, but I always feel like 37% is so much better than 36. Chris Dunn had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block, and 1 turnover on 4 for 6 shooting and 1 for 2 from 3 in 31 minutes. He's not going to make all defense because of the minutes thing, but I mean, what a season he's had. Best season of his career. He's been integral to everything we've done. And coming up, I'm going to be talking about Kawhi Leonard and the rest of the fellas, but the Kawhi watch as James Harden has another amazing night to cap off what should be an all-NBA season. I got to tell you a little something about DoorDash. NBA fans, get ready. They swoosh, you save. Thanks to Dash Pass, every time a player drops 50 or more points in a game, you score a huge deal the next day. It's simple. When any player scores 50 or more in a game during the 24-25 NBA regular season, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order, up to $10 off the next day from noon to midnight. Need a quick and easy lunch the next day? With Dash Pass, you get your favorite meals with $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees. Plus, now you save even more with this exclusive NBA offer. Sign up for Dash Pass and be ready to save. When any player scores 50 or more in a game, Dash Pass members get 50% off an order the next day, up to $10 off. Just use promo code NBA50 from noon to midnight after a 50-point game on eligible orders at participating merchants. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply. Visit DoorDash to learn more. All right. So the Clippers winning at 134-117. We've now won all 5 games on our homestand. So even if we lose these last 2 games, and we cannot, honestly, but even if we did, we have matched what I said a goal was for these last 7 games with the 5-game homestand and then the little 2-step in Northern California. 5 wins. Just give me 5 and I think we'll be out of the play-in. Well, we already got those 5. 5-0, baby. We've won 6 straight games and we've won 16 out of the last 19. We were literally 32-29 after that loss to Phoenix on March 4th where we had such a big lead. That was our 3rd straight loss. We had just lost to the Lakers twice. I mean, we were playing some bad ball. And that was like after the All-Star break. And then that 50-point game happened. And we've literally only lost that one game at New Orleans, the game against the Thunder that I was at, and then the game at Cleveland, and we didn't even have Kawhi for that. We've won every other game since. 48-32. With this win, we have now surpassed the record of the 2006 Clippers, one of the best teams of all time for the Clippers franchise, the team that got me into being a fan. And now we're shooting for being better than the 2019 Clippers record, 48-34. Honestly, this team's better than that. We didn't have I love Lou Williams, but he's not James Harden. And he's definitely not Kawhi. So if we win this game, one of these last 2 games, and let's see, I want to see what the Sacramento has to play for, because Sacramento, they kind of do want to play for home court in that play-in game. So they're not out of the woods just yet because they're going to play Dallas. It's just a matter of where that game's going to happen. They definitely want it to be at Golden 1. How about Phoenix, by the way? Isn't it embarrassing that we lost that team 4 times? Like, oh my God. But we got the last laugh. You are going to be watching the Clippers from your couches, Phoenix fans. And KD. You're going to be watching from the couch. Devin Booker. Gonna be watching the Clippers from the couch. I hope you enjoy watching the wall, because, oh man, it's so satisfying to see Phoenix just crumble like that. Anyway, Kawhi Leonard, just another game where he looks like that dude. The plays that stood out for me. Defensively, he's sharp right now off the ball. He's he's shooting the gap. He's anticipating passes. He's getting there. He's getting those active hands. He didn't even shoot very well in this game. He was 9 for 22 from the field and 2 for 6 from 3. But you know what I love? 22 shot attempts. He's getting ready. He played 38 minutes. He's getting ready. And he had 22 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers. He was a plus 19, a double-double, another double-digit rebound game. And I talk about how there's a couple of signs where you can tell Kawhi is feeling physically good. 1 is how many rebounds he's getting. 2, it's how many dribbles, how he's dribbling. Like, is he moving with a little pop, a little pep in his step? When he's doing that, he's feeling good. And then how much he's trying to dunk the ball. There was one dunk he had. I want to say, he was one dunk he had Wednesday night. He was moving with so much pace that you knew the second he crossed half court, like I could feel he was going to try to dunk, and he dunked with one hand. And then he tried to do that, have that crazy putback. Like, he's feeling great physically right now. And we only have 2 games left. I'm about to cry. I'm just kidding. That was a fake cry, but I'm literally like, I don't even know how to describe the feeling. Like, because I did say blow it up. I did say all that stuff. And like, I wasn't the only one because I just didn't believe he could be healthy in a play. And it hasn't happened yet, so I should not say anything. We still have 2 more games left. And even if he's healthy game 1, he needs to last the whole series. You know, we haven't seen him play high intensity games like that, 6 straight. And when we talk about high intensity, it doesn't matter what teams you play in the regular season. There's nothing that matches up to the minutes you play and to what each possession means. We haven't seen him play with that intensity in a whole series since 2021. And you know what I was thinking about? I was having a conversation with somebody. What a healthy Kawhi just does for my psyche as a fan. Do you know when the last time Kawhi Leonard walked off of an NBA court in the playoffs as a loser with a full stadium of fans? Do you know when that was? 2016. 2016. In 2017, he got hurt in game 1 against the Golden State Warriors. In 2018, he didn't play in the playoffs. That was that season where he was, hurt the whole year. Basically the whole year. 2019, championship. 2020, bubble. 2021, doesn't finish the playoffs healthy. 2022, doesn't play a game. 2023, doesn't finish the series. 2024, doesn't finish the series. He's literally not walked off the court healthy as a loser since 2016. It's rare. So him lasting a full series, like I'm picturing us losing. Like I don't even know what that quite feels like. Can you believe we're like it feels like we're legitimate like virgins to the Kawhi Leonard playoffs experience as Clipper fans, and it's year 6. And I'm just hoping that we can really see this in front of us, see this player that looks like the best player in the history of the Clippers. And we've never seen a guy that has this level of confidence offensively with the skill to match it, and the pedigree and the defensive consistency on a nightly basis. And we're 2 games away, and I just can't believe it. And I don't apologize for saying blow it up or anything like that. We have to see if this, ends up leading to anything. I mean, if we win a round, then I'll apologize. But like that was my take at the time. And if we can get a healthy playoffs with Kawhi Leonard, win or lose, even if we lose first round, doesn't mean I think that it's going to happen. But even if we do, if he's healthy for it, I think it was worth it, It was worth it to, even though we didn't really have a choice to keep this team together. People were saying, can we retool? Can we make some trades? We had to, letting Harden go for free would have made no sense. He was a free agent, re-signed him on a very good, solid deal. Zoo's deal is the best contract in the league. Quite frankly, it's ridiculous. Terrence Mann deal was a mistake, obviously, but it was a tradable contract, and we knew that. Speaking of Terrence Mann, I should mention Bogey. He had some bad defensive moments where he had some unnecessary fouls tonight, or on Wednesday night, but 16 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 turnovers on 5 for 11 shooting and 4 for 7 from 3. I mean, again, when we talk about the way we've been shooting threes, he is a big part of why we've had so many more efficient shooting games from 3. And how about some Kobe Brown minutes? He got 10 minutes, and he actually did some good things off the catch, attacking a closeout, banking a shot in, hitting a 3. He had 5 points and made both his shots to go along with 3 rebounds. And then Nicholas Batum was scorching hot from 3. 15 points, 3 rebounds in 9 minutes on 5 for 6 shooting and 4 for 5 from 3. I mean, the guy is just the ultimate professional. He's so loved by Clipper fans, and I'm so excited to see him get more minutes in the playoffs because this guy is just a special role player. He really is. And yeah, I mean, in terms of the Kawhi thing, 2 more games is all I have to say. Like 2 more games is all I have to say for us to get an experience that like we just haven't had as fans. A healthy Kawhi in front of fans in the playoffs. And it would just be such a great way to like christen this new building with good juju. After all the shit we've been through, I've just got to stop with the occasional SH bomb in these episodes. I gotta remember I'm not on the Dime Dropper platform, but I've seen some of the Locked On hosts curse a little bit. So I feel like I try to stay away from it. But we've been through so much stuff, guys. And like, it would be an awesome, like just great energy to have Kawhi healthy. It also looked really funny for Paul George. Like first season, he's out of the picture. Kawhi's healthy. But I'm like how every Clipper fan feels. if we have Kawhi healthy, let's roll the dice and see what happens. I'm really excited for this because this was my last home game of the season. 24 games out of 41. Of course, if this fires hadn't happened, I think I probably would have hit 30. It would have been close. It would have been very close. But my second highest of any season. And it's been awesome. It's been really great. This fan appreciation night, there was so many fans that, even kids that came up to me and said what's good and like said they watched my videos and stuff. So that was awesome. And like, I don't know, the grown adults that are older than me that like listen to this show, like I don't even know what to say about that. Like I just can't believe that people that are older than me listen to me talk about basketball. Like that's kind of wild. But I love doing this. And I really like, and one of the fans, he said, I agree with almost everything you say. I'm like, you should never agree with everything I say. Because like I'm wrong all the time. And if we don't disagree, then, what makes us different as basketball minds? We got to disagree at some point. But what we love is that we're really bonded by this team. And so, yeah, by the way, I have nothing else to say about the game. 134, 117. It was, we played against the shorthanded Rockets. Zoo hitting a triple-double is literally amazing. I'm so happy for the guy. Kawhi looks insane. 22 and 10 it was light for him, but those individual plays just stand out to me so much. And then we get great stuff from Bogey. We got a little bit of good stuff from Kobe Brown even, but Nico Batum, Chris Dunn, Derek Jones, awesome. But as I was saying, just to close it out, I feel like this Intuit Dome season has really brought out this community, this fan base and our ability to really feel at home. And of course, given things that have happened to me, the way the fan base has supported me and helped, this is a hoodie I'm wearing from my man Ernie. I'm saying the clip set Ernie. He's like, the stuff I'm wearing right now is literally clothes that he donated to me. So, I can't say enough about like that Zubac jersey I bought. That's the money that people sent me. You know what I mean? To replace jerseys that I had lost. So I just can't say enough about how thankful I am to be a part of this, to be able to not only talk about every Clipper game, but make a video at the Clipper games that I do go to, which brings me to the close. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dime Dropper Pod, please do. YouTube Dime Dropper for the vlogs, for the content at games. I've just wanted to document what this first full season at Intuit Dome was like, and win or lose, playoffs or no playoffs, play-in or not, this season was always going to be known for being our first season at Intuit Dome. And I think it's just showcased how tight-knit this fan base is, the community aspect of it all. And we all, for the thing I was saying about people that listen to me that are older or whatever, we're all bonded by, even with different opinions, we love this team. And we come and support this team. We get an opportunity to get amazing deals on seats in the wall that other fan bases just don't get. The playoff ticket prices for the people in the wall are absolutely insanely affordable. It's just, we might not have the 17 rings. We might not have had Kobe and Magic and Shaq and Kareem. And I have so much respect for those guys, but there are some perks to being a Clipper fan, and it's only on the up as a franchise. The stadium is incredible. And as I said, we're only on the up. We've literally had 14 straight winning seasons, and this fan base is growing. And being a part of like the first time we do things is also really special. It's almost like we're a new franchise in ways. So, and the access you get to them. I think there's no Laker fans I know that are my age that have the access that I have. And I'm a fan. Of course, somewhat media, but like, nah, I don't have a pass. So it's just the access, and that's amazing. So love you all. Wholesome episode, I'd say. Wholesome night in general, but make sure you listen to the Locked On Clip or read the Locked On Clippers newsletter at lockedondaily.com. The age-old proverb continues. Go Clippers.